Welcome to CrimeCon Give Back-A-Thon, presented by Oxygen True Crime. I'm your host, Stephanie Bauer. Tonight is all about showing the power of the true crime community as we support a great cause, the National Center for Victims of Crime, a nonprofit organization that advocates for victims' rights. True crime is often misunderstood by outsiders, so tonight it's time to show the rest of the world the kindness, compassion, and generosity that we see firsthand every year at CrimeCon. And the best part is that you will be playing a huge role in that by bidding on some of the one-of-a-kind items and experiences we've put together. Joining me in the studio to help present the amazing items we have for you is the one and only Cheryl McCullum. Tonight will feature exclusive programming from Oxygen True Crime, including Cold Justice, Killer Relationship with Faith Jenkins, and 911 Crisis Center. We'll also have exclusive appearances by Dr. Henry Lee, Chris Hansen, Jem Clementi, David and Kristen Middleman of Othram, Candace Dong, and many more surprises you're not going to want to miss. It's time to open those wallets and get ready to win something amazing while also doing something amazing for a great cause. It's the season of giving, and it all starts right now. Welcome to CrimeCon Give Back-A-Thon, presented by Oxygen True Crime. I'm your host for tonight's live broadcast and auction. I'm Stephanie Bauer, and joining me in our auction command center is the founder and president of the Cold Case Investigative Research Institute, Cheryl McCullum. Welcome, Mac.
What an honor to be here tonight with my people. When Kevin called me about CrimeCon doing this, Give Back-A-Thon, I thought, you know what, the Thanksgiving turkey leftovers can wait, and if Nancy Grace is the queen of CrimeCon, y'all know I'm the court jester. This is my command center for tonight. I got everything I need to run this show, honey. So I got Walt's credit card, my husband, so let the bidding begin, baby.
All right, so here's how everything works, and thank you, Mac. I'm ready to use Walt's credit card too, so we can go ahead and get that thing going. We're so excited to have you here, and tonight we hope to show the world how this community can make a difference when we all come together for a great cause. We're auctioning off a bunch of unique, once-in-a-lifetime experiences, and we're so grateful to all of the people and companies who helped put all of this together. As always, we want to give a huge special thanks to Oxygen True Crime, our presenting sponsor, for making all of this possible. Before we get started, I want to give you a quick rundown of how you can bid in the auction. Our auction is hosted on a platform called HandBid. You can browse all of the items or donate directly to the NCVC on our HandBid website. To access the auction, you've got a few different options. If you're on a mobile device, just text the word CrimeCon to 99192 and you'll receive a text response with the exact link. You can also access the auction through the link pinned at the top of the YouTube chat and inside the description. Or if you prefer, just head over to crimecon.com and click the link that we posted there. Each time we feature an auction, anything you want to bid on, you'll also find a QR code displayed right on your screen. If you scan that code using the camera on your phone, it'll take you right to that item on the auction site. So it's super easy. In order to bid, you will need to register through HandBid, but don't worry, it's totally painless. You just enter your name, email, phone number, and your credit card information. But your credit card will secure your bid, but you won't be charged anything when you place a bid. You'll only be charged if you are the winner of an item at the time that the auction ends. All right, to place a bid, just click into the item you're interested in and click Bid Now to enter your bid. You can also choose to set a max bid, which means hand bid will then automatically bid for you up to that amount. All right, as a reminder, 100% of all the funds raised from the auction will go directly to the National Center for Victims of Crime, an amazing nonprofit committed to advancing victims' rights and helping victims of crime rebuild their lives. Let's take a look.
Each year, millions of Americans fall victim to crime. At the National Center for Victims of Crime, we believe that every victim deserves the resources and support they need on their journey towards healing. We provide assistance to victims across the nation for every type of crime so that they can recover from the emotional, physical, and financial impacts of crime. But we need your help in this work. Find out how you can support the National Center for Victims of Crime at victimsofcrime.org. My name is Renee Williams. I'm the Executive Director of the National Center for Victims of Crime. You know, we do amazing work every day at NCVC, but we can only do that with your support. I hope that video piqued your interest, but you shouldn't take our word for it. Instead, we thought you'd like to hear from some familiar faces about some of the work we are doing here at the center.
Hi, I'm Jim Clementi. I'm a retired FBI profiler, and I write and produce TV and audio projects. But I want to tell you why I'm on the board of the National Center for Victims of Crime. NCVC has been helping victims of crime for over 35 years to navigate the justice system and help them get their lives back together. As a career law enforcement officer, I saw the devastation crime could bring to victims and their families, and I did everything in my power to help them. And working with NCVC, I can continue to help them and reach even more people than I did before.
As the sister of a murder victim, I can tell you firsthand that the resources and support services available to us are slim. The reason that I sit on the board for the National Center of Victims of Crime is to ensure that victims and survivors always have a seat at the table, that our voices are always heard, and that we are not forgotten. Please, if you can give to the National Center for Victims of Crime, it would be greatly appreciated. Every penny counts. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, from my family's home to yours.
I want to thank Oxygen Channel and CrimeCon for their support of the center, but more importantly, a big thank you to you. As Kim said, every penny you give during CrimeCon Give Back-A-Thon helps us ensure that where support is needed, we are there. If you're interested in learning more about the work of the center or how you can support us, please visit us at victimsofcrime.org. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season.
NCVC is an amazing and worthy charity that I hope everyone watching can contribute in some way. Every little bit will help. No amount is too small. So with that, let's kick off the CrimeCon Give Back-A-Thon. We're going to start with a bang, an item that is available tonight only, and that will go to one lucky viewer out there by the end of tonight's live show. While the rest of our auction items will remain available to bid on through the end of the day on Tuesday, the winner of this first package will be announced live tonight. And what's that item, you might be asking yourself? Well, it's a big one, and we want to thank our partners at Oxygen True Crime for helping us put this over the top. It's called the CrimeCon 2023 Ultimate VIP Vacation, and this is truly extraordinary. Unlike the rest of tonight's items, the only way to win this one is to purchase a $20 raffle ticket. That's right, just $20. So here's what the winner will get, and it's a lot, so hang in there. First, 2 gold VIP badges for Orlando 2023. This level gets you preferred seating, a private lounge, and access to the Saturday night cocktail party and Clue Awards dinner, which is so much fun. I went last year, and it's the greatest. But we said this was the ultimate VIP vacation, and there's a reason for that. The winner of this package, plus a guest, will also get backstage access all weekend long to our speakers lounge. We've never offered this before. You'll get to sit and chat with every speaker and expert who comes through. Can you imagine all the pictures you'll get? I mean, it's everybody that's going to be there you get to sit and talk with. And this package also includes 3 nights hotel at the Orlando World Center Marriott, plus thanks to our friends at NBC Universal, to tickets to Universal Studio and swag from Oxygen True Crime and Dateline. So this is a priceless package, and you can win it for a donation of just $20. But as many raffle tickets as you'd like, you can get them. And in case you want to increase your chances, buy more, buy some for your friends, buy some for your family. They're only $20 a piece. We'll randomly draw the winner and reveal that person at the end of tonight's event. The raffle is open until 9 p.m. Eastern, so not too long, so don't wait too long. So Mac, I can't believe what an amazing package this is. I mean, this is the full CrimeCon experience. This is the way to do it.
This is a once in a lifetime. Orlando is going to be amazing, y'all. The VIP ticket that you get, plus you got the hotel, you don't have to drive all around. I wonder if Walt will let me bid on this too. He might need to up his limit on the credit card. And remember now, we've got until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard to snag those raffle tickets. And honey, take my money. I'm fixing to get me one right now.
I want to buy one of these raffle tickets just for the Dateline merch alone. I mean, I think it's priceless these days. So get your raffle tickets bought now if you want a chance to win the ultimate CrimeCon VIP vacation. Okay, our next auction item on the block is from famed forensic scientist Dr. Henry Lee. He's been such a wonderful CrimeCon guest over the years, and now at 83 years old, you might think Dr. Lee is slowing down a bit, but nothing could be farther from the truth. I had a chance to catch up with him recently while he and his wife Angel were on an Antarctica adventure. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Henry Lee. Thank you so much for joining us. You're in Antarctica.
Yes.
You're on vacation.
How are you, Stephanie? It's
nice
cold
to see
here.
you. Well, it's a long way from Las Vegas CrimeCon where we saw you last time. What have you been up to since then?
Been pretty busy, because the pandemic, so I did not travel that much. So a lot of case consultation, a lot of lectures, speeches I have to fulfill. After a difficult few months, worked so hard day and night, so I decided to take a short vacation. Well, the only continent I never visit. So a lot of friends ask, what you going to do in Antarctica? I say, I'm going to lecture to penguins and sea lions. Try to see any crime they committed or not.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. And you're auctioning off an incredible experience, and it's one that's sure to generate a lot of buzz. So you're going to give a private tour of the Dr. Lee Henry Institute of Forensic Science at the University of New Haven in Connecticut. Tell us what the experience will be like to the lucky winner.
If the lucky person, we can agree upon a date, I'm going to give them a personal welcome. They can see some display, interactive screen to share my life experience with them. Look at a crime scene. Subsequently, they can tour the crime scene, so they can have tea with me. We can talk about some interesting topic. Depends on the day. May we have the training workshop. They can attend that, to sit as long as they wanted to do, continue to the lobby to play interactive games, to test their forensic ability.
Well, now this is a private behind the scenes tour. Truly going to be an awesome experience for anyone who gets it. And I'm sure whoever gets it will want to make the time to meet up with you when you get back from Antarctica and do this in person. So thank you so much for offering such a unique and truly incredible experience for our CrimeCon fans. Thank you, and have a nice trip in Antarctica, and we'll see you on Crime Cruise.
All right, that was Dr. Lee's wife, Angel, packing in the background. No big deal. They're so used to all this CrimeCon stuff. They're fan favorites around here. And as anyone who's been to CrimeCon knows, it's always so much fun talking with Dr. Lee, and Angel's always there too. And one lucky bidder is going to get a lot of time with him. A private tour of the Forensic Institute that bears his name. This is like a true crime fan's dream. All right, so the next auction experience is from the queen of CrimeCon, a speaker who's been at every main CrimeCon event since the beginning, the one, the only, Nancy Grace. The winning bidder of this item will get a private 15-minute Zoom with Nancy to ask her anything and everything that you've ever wanted to know. And while this item is officially listed at 15 minutes, we do know Nancy well enough that you'll probably want to budget a bit more time than that, because Mac, you've known Dr. Lee and Nancy for many years. So what are the winners expecting if they get these two, meet and greets? That's like the coolest.
They are expecting the time of their life, because that's what they're going to get. Y'all, the energy level of these two experts, the stories, they are legends. They are the top of their field. I'm telling you, the winner needs to start blood doping right now to be able to keep up.
And like I said, you want more time with Nancy, and knowing Nancy, Mac, you can attest, she's going to ask you about your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your home life, your job. You can ask her about any of the cases she's worked on. She's really cool. So that's one that, will be worth every penny. And remember, every dollar we raise tonight is in support of the National Center for Victims of Crime. So if there was ever a time to buy something special, this is it. Experience of a lifetime, and perhaps a nice tax deduction as well, right, Mac? I know some of you need some time to go through your wallets, so we're going to take a very short break so the command center can reset for our next batch of items. We'll be right back with some more guest appearances and a fascinating conversation with Oxygen True Crime's Faith Jenkins. Don't go away.
Gripping cases, captivating stories, exceptional journalists. This is Oxygen True Crime.
If there's one thing I've learned from all my years in court, everyone has secrets.
911. Do you know how to do CPR? I'm going to walk you through it.
With our commitment, our passion, and our drive, you can't stop us.
We live and breathe true crime.
This is the last thing you would expect to happen.
It reminded me of a mob-style execution.
Hell hath no fury.
She thought she was going to get away with this.
Like a woman snapped.
She had this feeling of ultimate betrayal.
When you're in love with somebody that much, there's no telling what you'll do for somebody.
She was a woman that you need to be fearful of.
Snapped. Sundays at 6. Only on Oxygen True Crime.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe.
There are good relationships, there are bad relationships, and there are killer relationships.
We found out he had a criminal past.
Her husband was actually a monster.
What kind of a person does that? A cold-blooded killer does that.
Don't miss Killer Relationship with me, Faith Jenkins. Oxygen, we live and breathe true crime.
Killer Relationship with Faith Jenkins. New season coming 2023. Only on Oxygen True Crime.
Welcome back to the CrimeCon Give Back-A-Thon, presented by Oxygen True Crime, all to benefit the National Center for Victims of Crime, a truly amazing organization. So far, we've showcased a few amazing experiences, and we're just getting started. We've got Walt's credit card handy, right, Mac? And the next item on the block is from the legendary FBI profiler and writer-producer of Criminal Minds, Jim Clementi. As you saw earlier, Jim is a board member of the National Center for Victims of Crime. He's got some exciting news to share with everyone. Take a look.
All right, guys, our next guest is one of the busiest men in Hollywood and in the world of true crime. He's writer and producer, as well as technical advisor on Criminal Minds. Plus, he's host of several podcasts, including Real Crime Profile, a best-selling author, and a former FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit supervisory agent and profiler. Jim Clementi, thank you so much, Jim, for joining us on CrimeCon's Give Back-A-Thon. I feel like I have to take a breath after all that.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. It's great to be here.
You have such a cool profession, but I also know you're on the board of the beneficiary of all the generous donors tonight, the National Center for Victims of Crime. Tell us a little bit about why you got involved and some of the work that you've seen them do.
Well, the National Center for Victims of Crime has been around for 36 years, and it was started by the family of a crime victim, and they wanted to make sure that other families that went through things, terrible things due to crime, that they were taken care of.
So Jim, tell us and everyone what they will get if they win the auction on spending a day with you. And don't be shy, you know, all the money is going to the National Center for Victims of Crime. So tell us what we're going to get and why it's worth that money.
What I want to do is give somebody a lifetime experience. Not many people get to hang out with an FBI profiler. And if you're in the LA area, I'll be happy to meet you for lunch. If you're not, we can do a Zoom and spend some time to get to know each other. It'll be an open Q&A. We can talk about my career in the FBI. We can talk about when I was a prosecutor before then. We can talk about becoming an FBI profiler.
If you're in LA, you get to meet Jim for an hour, have lunch, talk about Criminal Minds evolution, FBI profiling, get all your questions into him. And when you can, maybe even get some Criminal Minds swag. And, you know, any case you want to talk about, we can let Jim know in advance. You can let him know in advance and he'll be prepped, ready to discuss it with you. So this is a really, really cool hour. So I'm sure everyone's going to be bidding for this one. So Jim, also tell us what you've got going on now, what your projects are now. I know you've got a cool cult podcast.
Yes. Well, on Audible, we have just dropped a new podcast called Darkness of the World. And it's about a cult that masquerades as a religious organization, but the leader of that cult is being prosecuted right now for abusing children. And it's a very, very insightful look. This wonderful person who grew up as a fourth generation member of this cult, who's now out of the cult, who is shining light on everything that went wrong there. We also dropped a new podcast in cooperation with the NYPD. It's called Talk to Me. And it was actually about the first hostage negotiation unit in the world. They were the first police organization to de-escalate violence. Instead of, you know, come on out with your hands up or we're coming in shooting, they said, we're going to downplay it. We're going to talk to them. We're going to de-escalate, and they have saved thousands of lives as a result over the years.
I know some podcast listeners are going to want this hour with you to ask you all kinds of questions.
And of course, I have my weekly podcast, Real Crime Profile and Best Case, Worst Case. And I'm about to launch a brand new podcast called FBI Profilers. That'll be coming soon.
Thank you for giving back. Thank you for being a part of the CrimeCon family. And everybody, empty your pockets and let's get some money raised, and you get to spend an afternoon with Jim. So thank you, Jim, so much. It's great to see you, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, Stephanie. Thank you.
All right, so we had to cut that interview down with Jim, but let me just tell you, he is so interesting. Every time I talk to him, I learn something new. So to get a chance to talk with him, I mean, trust me, you won't want to miss it. He's just like a fascinating guy. Mac, have you ever met him before? Have you met Jim?
Oh, absolutely. And he has been so gracious to work 2 cases with me. I'm going to tell you something. He is a seasoned agent, but his heart and his generosity is just unparalleled except for his brilliance. I can't say enough about him. He's even taken time to meet with Huck and Caroline, who are huge Criminal Minds fans.
Yeah, and Jim, thank you for being such a special part of the National Center for Victims of Crime. We truly appreciate everything you do. And thanks, Mac. Everybody keep those bids coming in. Next up, we have our first exclusive session of the night featuring Oxygen True Crime's killer relationship with Faith Jenkins. Oxygen True Crime correspondent Stephanie, the other Stephanie, I was getting confused, with our correspondent Stephanie Gomolka caught up with Faith herself for a discussion on how we can identify red flags and better support victims and survivors this holiday season.
Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Gomolka with Oxygen True Crime. This event and overall season is all about reflecting on how we can better support survivors, victims, as well as others in our community who need us. A small way we hope to help is to continue to share ways to identify red flags in unhealthy relationships and highlight resources available to anyone who needs it. No one knows their situation better than survivors. To help shine a light on these topics, let's turn to someone with experience as a prosecutor and a judge in divorce proceedings. I have joining me the host of Oxygen True Crime's Killer Relationship with Faith Jenkins, Faith herself. Hello, Faith. Thanks for being here and joining us again. So nice to see you.
Hey, Stephanie. Thanks for having me. I'm really happy to be with you today.
Major congratulations to you on your new baby coming. It's so exciting and it's always nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're really excited.
As a quick reminder for anyone watching, we know you love hearing from Faith and other experts. You can catch clips, articles, and videos on true crime cases by signing up for Oxygen Insider. It's completely free, and be sure to send us your reactions throughout the event using the hashtag CrimeCon and tag Oxygen. We love to keep the conversation going with you all. Now, Faith, let's turn to my favorite topic to discuss with you, relationships. We're thinking about the signs within a relationship, red, green, yellow, as a traffic light. What is the strongest indicator in your experience a relationship is healthy? What's a green light?
Well, first, Stephanie, every relationship is different. But there are a few key signs that I think would indicate a green light. Number one, I think it's a healthy respect for boundaries. When you're in a relationship, you're depending on one another for support. It's a symbiotic relationship, but also you don't want to be too dependent on another person. So you also want to bring a healthy sense of independence to the relationship. You're always going to have ups and downs. You're always going to have conflict to resolve. But at the end of the day, it's about being a team coming together and being able to resolve that conflict in a way that moves the relationship forward.
In your opinion, are there ways a couple can nurture those healthier habits, those green lights?
Well, number one, being a good listener, because we always want to share what our needs, what our wants are. But when we talk about the love languages, and everyone has a different love language, for a lot of people, that is being heard. Being able to communicate what's working and what's not working while you're adapting is really key.
Let's go to that next step. In your opinion, what are some yellow lights? Signs that should start triggering some alarm bells, but it doesn't necessarily mean the relationship is not working or maybe it's not even toxic.
When I hear people start talking about walking on eggshells in their relationship, it becomes a little concerning to me, because you should be able to communicate when you like something and you don't like something in an emotionally mature way. When fear becomes involved, I'm afraid to express myself. That's when I'm looking at some yellow lights here.
If you're the friend and you see your friend walking on eggshells around their new partner, would you say something? Do you have any tips on how to handle that if you're a friend on the outside looking in?
That's always tricky, because as a friend, it's not a comfortable conversation. Some people don't feel like it's their place. But if you see something and you're concerned, I think the best thing to do is to start a non-confrontational conversation. Create a safe environment for that person to open up to you. Talk about, in this situation, if this were to happen to me, this is how it would make me feel. And I'm just a little concerned because I'm seeing these things with you and there are a lot of changes taking place. And I just want to make sure that you're okay.
Let's talk about some red lights, red flags, warning signs someone needs to start safety planning or leaving a relationship.
What you're talking about are elements of control. And a relationship is not about controlling another person. When you're in a relationship with someone, you don't own the other person. You're in a partnership. It's not your job to change somebody else and to make them into who you want them to be. When someone is afraid or they're approaching conversations with trepidation, those are true red flags to me that the relationship is not progressing to a healthy place.
When it gets to the level where it maybe is toxic, what are the resources or maybe some tips that you recommend for survivors to look towards when they're planning to leave or they just left and they want to stay safe?
Well, first, I think it's an important step that this person has made the right decision if they're in a toxic or abusive relationship to leave, because it's not easy. Often we hear people say, why don't they just leave? Well, there are a lot of dynamics that are in play when a person has been financially dependent on their entire family to the abuser. There are a lot of resources available to them. There are crisis hotlines. There are domestic violence shelters. There are job training programs. There are even childcare opportunities available out there. Take advantage of those resources because you don't have to make this exit completely by yourself. You can have the support, and you need the support.
I know we heard we can expect new episodes in 2023. Why do you think a show like Killer Relationship is important for viewers?
People want to know what happens when things go really wrong. Why is it that in these cases, a divorce isn't enough, separation isn't enough, just going your separate ways isn't enough? Why is it someone else has to die? Because you're looking at people who were once in love. How does it go from that to, in the end, someone being killed?
I'm also curious, what has it been like partnering with Oxygen telling these stories?
Oxygen has been a tremendous partner because of the respectful way they approach true crime cases. One of our mandates is to be so supportive and to help these families. As an attorney, I volunteered my time to an organization that helped domestic violence victims. So doing this show is really an extension of a lot of that work that I started.
Thank you for sharing that, Faith. And thank you for taking the time to be with us today. And for everyone watching at home, we hope you found this session insightful. We know there's always more to learn and discuss. And be sure to stay tuned for more info on the new season of Killer Relationship with Faith Jenkins coming next year.
Thank you, Stephanie and Faith. And I think I can speak for all of us here when I say we cannot wait for new episodes of Killer Relationship coming next year, which is really actually very soon, next year. So Mac, not only are you running the Auction Command Center right here for the evening, but you also have an amazing item to contribute. Don't be shy. Tell us what it is.
Okay, I'm going to talk directly to my people. You know who you are. When you get to Atlanta, you're going to have access to every single thing I have access to. You're going to have access to the murder box, to other experts. So it's not just going to be me. You're going to have a whole plethora of folks you can draw from. You're also going to be able to visit the crime scene with me and meet and visit with the family of the victim. So it's going to be the case of Melissa Wolfenberger.
Mm-hmm. Now that's an incredible one, and I know that so many of your fans will want to get in on that with you because it's time for answers and justice, and solving cases is what you are all about, my friend. And so here's the thing, I just want to take a look at the top of the board because who's up ahead? It's you. Look, you're already at $2,800.
That's crazy. But it's this community. I mean, you know them. They're not just, hey, we're going to go to CrimeCon and meet some people and go to some sessions. They really care, and this proves it.
All right, so say the case one more time so everybody knows. So which case will we be working on with you?
The case of Melissa Wolfenberger.
Now careful, Mac, I'm going to borrow your husband's credit card.
Don't act like you don't know his name, huh?
No, well, I'm just trying to, maybe he doesn't know it's me using it. But,
that's smart.
But the thing is it's like 2 months rent we're up to get to spend the day with you. So this is a good one. And speaking of this audience and everyone who's involved, here's your reminder that the CrimeCon 2023 Ultimate VIP Vacation is going to a lucky winner by the end of the show tonight. So raffle tickets are just $20 with every dollar going to the NCVC. If you already bought a ticket, thank you. Now go buy another one for a friend, right?
And that backstage access. They get everybody.
The speakers lounge, I mean, you get to, like, they circle through there. You come through, she's gonna come through.
everybody.
Well, thanks so much, Mac. And it was really cool. We're going to take a short break. So to get those bids in and raffle tickets bought, because tonight is all about giving back. So we'll see you in a couple minutes with the reveal of more absolutely incredible experiences.
Awesome.
For 10 years,
It's like our prayers have been answered.
we've been fighting for justice.
Thank you so much.
Now, the team is back to work.
And where's the knife?
All new cases
We're going to try and find out exactly what happened.
and the 100th episode on demand now.
We're going to do everything that we can to try and get them answers. Finally, you're going to get some justice for your baby.
Cold Justice returns with new episodes coming in 2023.
We never, ever dreamed that anything like this would happen.
Wednesdays,
She's out there somewhere and somebody knows.
That's right.
Dateline Secrets Uncovered is back on Oxygen
Was your gut telling you that this was someone she knew?
Yes.
with in-depth investigations
You're describing killers who are incredibly disciplined.
and compelling mysteries.
I didn't know what to do.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Dateline Secrets Uncovered, Wednesdays at 8, only on Oxygen True Crime.
You're entering the world of Teddy Hart.
I thought this was going to be the next big hit reality show. I had no idea that I was going to wind up at the center of a missing persons case.
It's time you meet the devil.
He's done a lot of things to us.
This is Samantha Fiddler. Samantha's been missing for 5 years.
To be honest, I really don't give a about Sam Fiddler.
Hey everybody, all right, hold on a second, Mac, because I didn't know we could get callers, but I'm being told in my ear that we have a caller into the control room. I didn't know this was a thing, so it's a surprise, but hey there, you're on live with the CrimeCon Give Back-A-Thon. Who are we speaking with? Hope it's not Walt yelling at us about the credit card. Walt, don't play games if it's you. All right, well, it's Walt. He says stop using the credit card. Or he said I could use it. Hello, hello? We can't hear anybody. The suspense, the suspense. All right, well, apparently you can call in. We're keeping the number secret for now, but until then, I'm using Walt's credit card. And I just want to point out to everybody again, $2,800. This is like 2 months rent that people want to spend to hang out with you. Up next we have, we haven't even announced this one yet, but there's a Chris Hansen one. Yes. It's very close behind. What else do we have here? Oh, Othram. This one's cool.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Our caller? Yeah, should we just get, okay, well, maybe call back. If it's Walt, don't call back and ignore all the charges on your credit card. Okay, these next auction items are for those of you who have always wanted to start your own podcast, but don't know where to start. Our friends at Resonate Recordings have graciously donated 2 packages to help you do just that, start your own podcast. Take a look.
Hey CrimeCon, on behalf of the Resonate team, I just want to say thank you for being a part of this special Black Friday event. We're huge true crime fans, and we are big supporters of CrimeCon. If you're not familiar with Resonate, we are a full-service podcast production company, and we work with podcasters to help them develop, write, and edit their podcasts, giving them instant access to one of the most talented teams in the industry. In fact, over the last 5 years, Resonate has helped to produce over a dozen shows that have hit #1 in Apple Podcasts, including many of your favorite true crime shows. But we're more than just editors for hire. We're creatives and we're storytellers. And we know how much hard work it takes to make a podcast that sounds amazing. That's why this year, we are offering 2 exciting auction items. First, a personal consultation with Jessica Knoll, an investigative journalist and the host of the upcoming podcast, Undetermined. With this package, you'll meet and brainstorm with Jessica, and then make your own podcast trailer. And secondly, we're offering a creative consultation with host and writer Dennis Cooper from the hit podcast Culpable. Dennis will collaborate with you, and he'll help you develop your story and craft the outlines on your own true crime series. And then our team of engineers will work with you to start producing your episodes. Both of these packages give you personal access to work side by side with an experienced true crime podcaster. Check out these sneak peeks from Undetermined and Culpable.
When she went missing, I was like, she was murdered. Like, people don't go missing here.
If the police department isn't going to do anything, why isn't another agency not coming and saying, let us do something?
If it seemed like some sort of foul play to 3 amateurs, I can only imagine how it would look to someone who does this every single day.
At least 5 shots in about a 2.5-foot area of the car door, and this person hit what they aimed at. I really doubt this is just some passing incident of road rage.
I don't know if it's to settle a score or if it's about money or what it was about, but somebody knows something.
Well, thanks again for being a part of today's event, and thank you for supporting CrimeCon. Be sure to check out Resonate Recordings on our website and follow us on our socials. And stay tuned for more new shows from the Resonate team coming in 2023. Happy podcasting.
All right, Mac. It's not your husband, Walt, so we're in the clear. We can keep using the card, but the caller is apparently on the line now, so this, I mean, if it's not Walt, who could it be? Hello, are you there?
Yes, I am here. This is Nancy Grace, and I want to bid on Cheryl McCullum's incredible sleuthing experience.
Mm-hmm. Don't we all? Queen?
I want to be the highest bidder because I'm pretty sure I can out-sleuth Cheryl McCullum.
Oh, no question about that. I'd love to have you in the trenches with me one more time.
Everybody wants
I want to be the highest bidder on Cheryl McCullum's package. I'm not taking no for an answer.
All right, well, so Nancy, right now you got to beat $2,840. Can you top that?
Yeah, you know what? 43 is my lucky number. So 2843 it is, McCullum, you're on.
Love it.
And it's like cool too because whoever gets this now can say they outbid Nancy Grace and we had like a live bidding war on the show. You two, everybody asks me all the time, like, when are you two getting back together? The girls, the gang?
Tell us. Me too, because back in the day, me and Nancy, we ran stuff pretty good. And when you've got somebody like her as your prosecutor in the major case division, I mean, we were in the trenches for real, y'all. We were in the cut, in the bluff. We had a great time, and there was nobody better than Nancy Grace.
And Nance, tell us about Matt here, why everyone should bid on this and try to beat you on it.
I don't know that I would call it a great time, Cheryl McCullum, but we certainly solved a lot of cases and we put a lot of bad guys behind bars.
Right on.
Yeah. Well, you two are the queens. Time. Yeah, you guys are the queens of true crime. And if you're the queen at CrimeCon, Mac's the court jester, right?
That's right.
But everybody looks forward to seeing both of you. And Nancy, thank you so much for calling us tonight on this Black Friday. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
I had a great Thanksgiving. We had a lot of family and friends over, and my husband and I had our traditional turkey off. I baked one. This year he fried one. Sadly, he won, apparently, but my dressing outdid him. I made homemade dressing. But he won the turkey off. There's no question about that.
Well, we always love seeing all your posts and the twins and your family, and we all want to see you with Mac. But I think, Nancy, I'm sorry, you were just outbid. You could see it pop up.
I've been outbid, McCullum.
Yeah,
this is your fault.
She blamed you, Mac.
Bye, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you for calling, Nancy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Simply the best.
I mean, how cool is she? I love you two together. Everybody does. All right. So now this next item is sure to be one of our most popular, aside from you, aside from Nancy. I've already heard from a bunch of my so-called friends asking if I'd figure out a way to make sure they win this one. But I mean, I want it. I'm using Walt's credit card on this one because it's from famed former Orange County, California homicide prosecutor Matt Murphy, my favorite. Take a look.
Hey, Matt Murphy. I am one of your
hugest fan, so I've been waiting for the day to talk to you, and it's finally here. Thank you so much for joining us. And you're one of the most successful prosecutors in the country, if not one of the most successful, but you're retired now. So what have you been up to?
I've been busier than ever. I started private practice, and then I signed a deal with ABC News doing commentary for them. So I'm spending a lot of time flying between California and New York, which has actually been really fun. And then I've got some very select clients that I represent in kind of a variety of different cases, mostly civil. I represent a group of people that were sexually harassed at work, that sort of thing. So I'm staying in the sexual assault realm. I also I've been defending police officers who are involved in officer-involved shootings. Sort of an interesting potpourri. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do when I grow up.
Yeah, you're still a very busy guy. And I saw you at CrimeCon Vegas. I like the line to meet and greet you. I couldn't even see the end of it. You are so popular at these events, and you're so popular among your fans. Why do you think they gravitate to you so much?
I honestly have no idea, but I'll tell you a quick funny story. Before I gave the presentation, I figured like 40 people would show up for my little nobody horse and pony show. And there must have been 500 people in there. But before, I'm like, I got a little nervous. So I'm like, hey guys, where's the bathroom before I give my presentation? And they sent me into the crowd. And number one, I was so humbled by how engaged everybody was, but I felt like a beetle. Like I came out of the bathroom and people were like, hey, will you sign my form? Can we do a selfie? And it was so fun. And everybody was just so nice at CrimeCon. And I was blown away by how well so many of these people knew the cases that I had done. I mean, they knew details about cases I prosecuted 15, 20 years ago. And they were right. And they were reminding me facts about my own cases that I had forgotten. So I was just blown away by how nice everybody was and how much fun CrimeCon was.
Yeah, it is so fun. And I mean, you even got to meet someone that you're a big fan of. You had a like fangirl moment yourself, right? Backstage.
Oh, I have had a crush on Gil Carrillo. So Gil Carrillo is a legend in law enforcement, and I didn't know he was going to be there. And I'm backstage before the roast of Paul Holes, and Gil Carrillo walks by, and I'm like, I was talking to somebody, I'm like, that's Gil Carrillo. And anyway, I got to meet him that night. He could not have been nicer.
Oh, that is so cool. And I know, Matt, a lot of people are going to want to meet you. And that's why you're a part of this event. And we're so grateful. But you understand, like we do, that this is all benefiting a great cause, the National Center for Victims of Crime. And tell everybody what one lucky winner will get if they win the auction with you.
Well, I am no Gil Carrillo, I got to tell you. But basically, if they're on the West Coast, it's essentially we're going to spend some time together. If they surf, we're going to go surfing. If they don't, most people don't, then we'll grab some lunch. We'll talk about cases. And if there's someplace else in the country, East Coast, we might be able to do it there, or Midwest. We can also do it via Zoom. Essentially, we're gonna sit down and we're going to talk true crime. We can talk murder, and I'll share some of my war stories, and that's basically what I'm on the auction block for. Hanging out with me for a period of time, and we're gonna have fun.
I'll have to ask Kevin if I can get in on this one. I want to up the bid here because I want this one too. But see, I'm not in California anymore, but anybody, even if you're not in California, you can get a Zoom, like we said, and talk murder, ask Matt any questions you want. So it's really cool. Thank you so much for doing it, Matt. And I hope that we see you next year at CrimeCon Orlando.
I can't wait.
All right, see, now Matt's going to be at CrimeCon Orlando, so if you get that $20 raffle ticket, you get access to the speaker room where everyone comes through, Matt Murphy included. I called him on there my hugest fan. I don't even know if hugest is a word, but I do. I love him, and he's so great to help donate his time to benefit the NCVC. Mac, you did meet Matt for the first time at CrimeCon Vegas, right? What did you think of him?
I met him, that tall drink of water. But listen to me, I'm going to bid on this one, and Walt's just going to have to deal with it. I mean, a day as his wife. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, a day in the life. I'm so sorry. That changes everything. But listen, I'm still going to bid on it. He is the best at what he does, and you get a chance to be with him and learn from him and enjoy him. And that's worth every penny.
Oh man, for a second, like I forgot I was married too. I'm like, wife, what? Okay, all right, let's see how much time we have left on the CrimeCon 23 Ultimate VIP Vacation. You have until 9 p.m. Eastern to get your raffle tickets in, so we've got less than 10 minutes. So hurry and buy them. You get to meet Matt and a whole bunch of other cool people. So let's get into our next item. And so now this one you have till Tuesday to bid on, but it's already caused quite a stir on social media. So I'm expecting big things from this one tonight. Huge thanks to the legendary investigative journalist and predator hunter, Chris Hansen, for donating this experience. As he says, it's one that you're gonna wanna take a seat for. Remember that line, the famous one he always had? Well, I had a chance to catch up with Chris recently from his studios at True Blue to tell us all about the experience he's giving away. All right. I'm here with Chris Hansen. I mean, Chris, you couldn't look any more like I would expect you to look right now. You look like such
I'll take that as a compliment, Stephanie. Thank you very much.
It is. I've been a fan of yours for years, just like everyone. You are a legend in the true crime world. I remember in college watching your show To Catch a Predator. And I mean, I would watch the marathons over and over. So just the coolest, and everyone agrees.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're very excited about all our new projects and new predator investigations, in fact. So it's exciting to continue the franchise and, do this important work because the issue has not gone away.
Chris, you've been taking down child predators for almost 20 years, like I said. So what keeps you going after all this time? I mean, you would think the guys would catch on by now.
Well, you would think so. And they do suspect that it's that we're involved in this, Stephanie. In fact, recently we did a sting in Polk County, Florida, with Sheriff Grady Judd, and guys were actually in the chat rooms, in the chats on various social media platforms saying to the decoys, is this a Chris Hansen operation? And the decoy, of course, says, who's that? And these guys would show up anyway. And then I would interview them, and it was almost like they were, in some cases, fanboys.
For the purposes of this auction, this is truly one of the coolest and most unique experiences that anyone could ever do. And without this event, it wouldn't be possible. So, Chris, what's your famous line? If you would like to go ahead and take a seat, everyone take a seat. Because Chris is going to tell you what you get if you win the auction with him. And I mean, it's just like I said, once in a lifetime. It's the coolest thing. A production assistant gig on one of your stings.
Exactly. I need everybody to have a seat right over there because there's something you need to know. And that is, we are going to offer, for the purposes of this very important fundraising event, this charity, the opportunity for someone to be a production assistant on one of our predator shoots. And it's something we very rarely do for the obvious reasons. Security is tight, and we're going to have to put this person through a little bit of a security background. But I think, given the fact that this is the CrimeCon community, I'm not concerned about that. And it's going to be a heck of an experience. They'll attend the briefing with my team and me, with law enforcement. They'll have a spot. They'll have a duty. They'll be helping us catch predators and take these guys off the street and help to protect children across the country. And so we don't know which location, obviously, yet where this will take place, but it'll be a location with a very professional law enforcement agency. And obviously our team has done this many, many times over the years, and we'll be ready to go. But it'll be work. It's not just, sitting there eating popcorn. We're going to put you to work, but it'll be eye-opening for sure.
Oh, let's talk about True Blue. So your new show, I could see it in the background there, Takedown with Chris Hansen, is on the streaming network True Blue, and it launched on Thanksgiving Day. What can we expect from the new series? I mean, that's
well, you're going
cool.
to see, Stephanie, you're going to see all new predator investigations. You're going to see a number of new crime documentaries. Some are close to being finished. We'll have samplings of others, and we'll have many, many more in the works. And we probably have 20 different predator segments, and people will be able to get it on True Blue. And if they want more information, you can go to watchtrueblue.com, and the site's going to go be hot starting on Thanksgiving Day, and people will be able to find out how to get it and take in all this great content.
You truly have made such a difference. If you just look at the statistics of every child that has been saved by you and your team, and the fact that a winner of this auction can be a part of that and can make a difference in this epidemic. I mean, it's truly great for you to give this experience to someone. And we thank you for being a part of the CrimeCon family, and everybody bid, because I mean, this is one you really want to have. So thank you, Chris. And thanks for.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. And we're very excited to make this happen. And I can guarantee it'll be a heck of an experience.
I keep saying it, but I love everybody. I love Chris. He's so cool. He's exactly what you think, leaning back, black leather jacket. And I'm so excited for his new series, Takedown. I mean, he just keeps coming out with these great shows, and what he's doing to help take predators off the street after all these years is still so impressive, isn't it, Mac?
I want this one. I want this one. I need this one. To be a production assistant with Chris Hansen. Are you kidding me? Listen, somebody call Walt. He's just going to have to understand. This ain't flirting. This is for charity.
Mac, I'm sure Walt would be very excited to send you on an undercover sting with Chris. You get lots of airline miles too. I mean, come on, Walt.
Oh, he's going to be able to travel like crazy, sister.
All right, Walt, Mac, everybody, in the spirit of giving back, who better to highlight tonight than two local heroes from an emergency dispatch center in Ohio? Oxygen True Crime correspondent Stephanie Gomulka sat down for a conversation with Jessica Markowski and Arnold Reines of Oxygen True Crime's heart-pounding series 911 Crisis Center. Take a look.
Welcome back, everyone. Stephanie Gomulka here with our next panel discussion, this time with dispatchers from Oxygen True Crime's 911 Crisis Center, a show that reveals the fast-paced inner workings of an emergency call center in Ohio. We're not only going to discuss the skills that come with being a dispatcher, but also touch on what can help make an effective emergency 911 call. We'll be talking with dispatchers about their experiences and get their opinions on some of the things to keep in mind if you are ever in a situation where you need to dial 911. As a reminder to everybody watching, you can get more insight from the dispatchers and other experts by signing up for Oxygen Insider. It's free and gives you access to a ton of exclusive articles and videos. And don't forget to tag us at Oxygen and use the hashtag CrimeCon on any reactions or posts on social throughout the day. We love to see your posts. Now let's get started. I have joining with me today dispatchers Arnold Reines and Jessica Markowski. Hi there. Thank you both for joining us. It's so nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Stephanie.
Thank you both for taking the time. It's really great to see you both. You know, a lot of viewers of the show love to see your team's personal stories, interactions within the show. Do either of you recall the moment you decided you wanted to become a dispatcher? What drew you to the job?
For me, it started out as a stepping stone to becoming a police officer. So it was kind of a foot in the door, but I ended up sticking with it for various reasons, and I absolutely love it.
How about for you, Jessica? Do you remember those early days?
Yeah, so I was pretty young, in my early 20s when I started. A good friend of the family was a dispatcher, and he came to me and told me that he thought that I would suit the job really well. I have a way of talking to people and calming people down, so he thought that I should apply. And I really didn't know what to expect, but once I got in there and seen the whole job altogether, I really enjoyed it.
When it comes to making a call, so much is going on. Oftentimes, you know, there's adrenaline pumping, nerves getting in the way, possible medical emergencies, fires. Based on your experiences, in your opinion, what are the hallmarks of an efficient 911 call?
Know where you are. First and foremost, know your address, know which street you're on, know the nearest intersection, or look at a landmark and be able to read a sign. Take a deep breath and just focus.
Yeah, kind of staying grounded, knowing your location. How about you, Jessica? Is there any tips that you would like to share?
Yeah, like Arnold said, the very most important thing is to know your location. Without a location, we can't send you help. And again, stay calm, listen to your dispatcher. We're here to help you. We're trained to do this. Take a deep breath and just answer their questions.
Mm-hmm. For those in the true crime community who have children and, they want to teach them about when to call, how to call, is there any recommendations you both have for maybe what age to start and any tips on how to navigate that conversation?
I think kindergarten's probably a good time. So 4 or 5 years old. I know that sounds super young, but 4 to 5 years old I think is ideal, because at that age you can teach them their address. They can remember numbers and street names, and maybe teach them, if something's wrong. If I've had child callers, mommy can't breathe, or mommy's not waking up. If something's wrong, if the child feels like you're in danger, know the number and know your address. I think those are probably the most important things.
Make sure that they know their address and tell them, obviously their parents hopefully would be able to tell them, hey, call 911, teach them on the phone where those numbers are, and explain to them the importance of knowing that it's for an emergency and not just for fun. Also, I think that making sure that they are, sometimes honestly, talking to a child on the phone is a lot more helpful than talking to an adult. It's so crazy to say that, but honestly, some of the younger callers that we have are easier to speak with and they listen better. They answer our questions correctly, and they're not just yelling at us to get the police or the ambulance here now. They really are listening to us and doing exactly what they tell us and giving us the information that they need.
Taking it back to the show, I love watching 911 Crisis Center because we get to see a lot of inspiring moments of the dispatchers really supporting each other through maybe a tough day, a tough call, and working as a team. How do you both lean on fellow dispatchers, and what is that support like on a tough day?
I think one of the best things that happens when you need somebody is that you don't have to ask for somebody. We're all in the same room. We're all doing the same job. So there have been plenty of times where after work, I'll get a phone call or a text message. Hey, you okay? And that means more to me than me trying to reach out and talk about it or trying. We're all in the same room doing the same job. There's just no other way to really explain that. We all have the same feelings, emotions about just virtually everything that we deal with. And you recognize, working with the same people all the time, when somebody might need a tap on the shoulder, a hug, hey, how you doing? It's an unspoken kind of thing. And those are the kind of things that have really stuck out to me is I may not act like it, I may not say it, but other people realize it and know, and you don't get that anywhere else.
Well, thank you both for sharing your experiences and your insights and tips with us today. It's been great having you and speaking with you both.
Thank you, Stephanie.
If anyone watching wants to learn more or see more from the dispatchers, you can catch 911 Crisis Center episodes on Oxygen True Crime platforms like the app or oxygen.com. And thanks to everyone for tuning in, and have a wonderful and safe holiday season.
Now that Oxygen True Crime is free over the air, there's one question on everyone's mind.
Who did this? Who did this?
Who pulled the trigger? Find the answer and unleash your inner detective.
What happened?
Why aren't they doing something about it?
With 24/7 True Crime.
We got a lot of questions that need answers.
And go inside stories of women who kill every Sunday night with Snap.
All of us gasped.
She said to him, "You destroyed my life. You're going to hell with me."
We live and breathe True Crime.
Former FBI criminal profiler.
Candace Dong.
Host of Killer Psyche, Candace Dong.
I'm Candace Dong. I've spent my whole life learning about criminals, what they think and how they think. I'll share my insider's perspective as I examine the psychology and motivation behind America's most complex and disturbing figures. From Wondery and Treefort Media, Killer Psyche with Candace DeLong.
Dig in with True Crime on Oxygen.
He knew somebody was trying to kill him.
Get lost in a deep dive.
I want to know what happened to her.
Crack open a cold case file.
This is the biggest unsolved case in history.
And untangle.
I was her first target.
All the clues.
It's just insane.
Unleash your inner armchair detective.
This season's cases are some of the most challenging yet.
But if anybody can do it, we can do it.
There you go, baby.
All day, every day. Only on Oxygen True Crime.
All right, I'm saying the raffle's closed, right? Oh, okay. All right, everybody, welcome back. And hey, if you haven't bought a raffle ticket or 20 or 50 tickets yet, you still have time. There's a few more minutes. $20 raffle ticket to get the coolest CrimeCon experience. And it's going to one lucky winner tonight. We're going to announce that very, very soon. Okay, the next experience we're featuring is from one of the coolest ladies in crime today, host of the Killer Psyche podcast by Treefort, former FBI agent Candace DeLong.
All right, everybody, I'm here with Candace DeLong. Welcome, Candace. You were a fan favorite at CrimeCon Las Vegas. I was there too, and it was your first time. How was the experience for you?
Well, wonderful would be nowhere near describing what it was like. I'm not easily overwhelmed, but I was just stunned. You know, and everybody was so kind, and it was so much fun. The time just flew by.
And throughout your career, you've been involved as a profiler in some very high profile cases. So can you tell us about a case that still sticks with you today?
The biggies that I worked on was first the Tylenol murders in Chicago, which was 1982. And I was a rookie at the time. I had hoped that in my career, which I hoped would be long, that I would be involved in a very high profile case. And I was, and that was it. And then fast forward about 14 years later was the Unabomb investigation.
You have over 80 episodes of your hit podcast, Killer Psyche with Candace DeLong from Treefort. Why do you think your audience connects so well with you, and what do you credit your success to?
I get into the psyche of the killer, and I discuss their behavior, their motivation, and the psychology and the psychiatry behind why they did what they did, why they killed someone. Because of my background in clinical psychiatry and profiling, explain, okay, this is what this guy did. Now let's look at how this happened.
Well, you're here now because we're doing the Give Back-A-Thon. So the auction experience you've offered tonight for one lucky winner is really special. So tell us about it and what the lucky winner gets to do with you.
A lucky winner will get a 30-minute Zoom call with me to discuss what you'd like to know about me or the FBI or anything that you want to ask me. I'm fine. I'm good with it.
You're an open book.
I am.
Thank you so much for offering this up. And like you said, this is all going to a great cause. So we're so appreciative that you've been involved. And everybody, empty your wallets for Candace and for everyone else here. So
not for me, for the Give Back-A-Thon. I'm really, really happy to be a part of it. And I'm honored that you asked and that someone wants to talk to me.
Yes. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure to talk to you myself, and we will see you at the next CrimeCon for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I'm surrounded by true crime queens around here. New episodes of Killer Psyche with Candace DeLong are available every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts, and new episodes of Killer Psyche Daily with Candace DeLong are available daily exclusively on Amazon Music. I'm such a fan of Candace and all the work she's done with the FBI. Mac, have you ever worked with Candace?
I have not had that opportunity, but I have met her, and I can flat tell you she's the real deal. And Walt, you're going to see one more click on that credit card because I'm about to bid right now.
All right, Walt, if I can use your card for one more thing, it's something that everyone at this last CrimeCon was asking me about. I mean, everybody asked me. The donors of our next experience, they're solving cold cases and identifying unknown remains almost daily, and they do it all through donations. But tonight, they're donating an experience unlike any other. And at CrimeCon, everyone wanted this experience and they didn't even know it was possible. Well, here you go. I recently got a chance to talk to Kristen and David Middleman of Othram about the incredible experience they have now donated.
Welcome, guys, and all the fans always love to see both of you. And this year has been such an exciting year. Othram is announcing new DNA identification every day, practically. It's incredible what you guys have done. And CrimeCon attendees have really supported Othram's efforts ever since we introduced you to them in 2021 in Austin. And I know this year in Vegas, you guys took it to another level by getting the community involved. So tell us a little bit about what you did and what's happened since Las Vegas.
We came to Las Vegas for the second conference that we'd participated in, and we've been kind of joining with the lab a little bit of advocacy to raise funding for cases that historically have just not met the threshold or the criteria for traditional government funding, and we did that with a website called DNAsolves.com. So it's been very successful. We've crowdfunded a bunch of cases and pulled a lot of folks together to make a difference. And we were curious if we could replicate this like in a live format. And so when we came to CrimeCon in April, we brought a booth and we decided to focus on one case that we wanted to bring value to. This was a case out of Fairfax. It was a girl. They had presumed she was African American, possibly found in 2001, so maybe had died around that time, and she'd never been identified. And we had a history with Fairfax, so we talked to them and we said, let's bring this to CrimeCon, see if we can get people excited about it. And I'll tell you, we funded the entire cost of working the case in less than 24 hours. Just people come in by the booth, we tell them about the case, and they were all really excited. So it's great to know that the folks that came to CrimeCon are both interested in the topic, but also really excited about paying it forward and try to make a difference. And you know, excitingly enough, not too long after that conference and after we had raised the funding, we ended up working with Fairfax and they ID'd the person.
Well, you guys have come up with an above and beyond auction experience tonight. And I actually have it on good authority that our executive producer wants to win this himself. So please tell us what you guys are offering.
So we're calling it the Real Life CSI Tour. And so Othram is the only lab in the world that is purpose-built to do just this. We don't do medical testing. We don't do consumer testing. We just identify perpetrators and victims from crime scenes. It's the setup here downstairs is incredible. It's a unique 360 glass view into the lab. And the lab is a one-of-a-kind lab in the sense that you have the most advanced genomics equipment out there, the most powerful sequencers on earth, but you've embedded it into this forensic process, and maybe even a lab that kind of looks like an ancient DNA lab where people are covered from head to toe because you're working with trace amounts of material and trying to make sure that everything is done correctly in a unidirectional way. And I think that being able to come here and see that and meet the people that are spending each day getting that evidence, finding that DNA from crime scene evidence that is sent in, and getting it ready to sequence, then building those profiles, the entire computational team that works on the back end of this, and then creating those investigative leads back through genealogy for the investigators and allowing us to truly bring closure to so many of these cases is an incredible experience. They'll get to meet different parts of the team across the process. We'll walk through a notorious case that we've helped solve and show them the entire process from beginning to end. We'll take them to dinner at one of the nicest places here in the Woodlands. It's actually known to be one of the top restaurants in the US. The chef has a private table and he'll make everything just from farm to table for the actual guests that night. It's an incredible experience in itself. And we'll they'll get to see how things are processed every single day. There'll be no photography while real evidence is being processed, but they'll get to walk through the lab and see exactly how it works every single day, and how we truly hope to create the infrastructure and the paths to actually being able to clear all of these cases in the future. By coming here, you'll get to look at our R&D labs as well, because we do a lot of research and design here at Othram, not just forensic work. And you'll get to see what we think forensics will look like in the future and how we think all these cases will start to get solved across the nation.
David, it's really cool because when I was interviewing you on the panel live stream after, where people at home could write in questions, I don't know if you remembered, but every other question I was getting for you is, can I come to your lab? How can someone come to your lab? Can we come to your lab? So this is the chance. This is a chance that everyone was asking us about at CrimeCon, to the highest bidder. And all the money, of course, goes to a great cause and a great benefit. So thank you for making this happen, you guys.
Yeah,
no
and
problem.
the lab is closed. So this is a one-of-a-time opportunity, right? We only allow law enforcement in here. And so it's a one-of-a-kind opportunity to actually be able to have access to what is happening inside Othram.
Thank you guys for all you've done for victims and families. And we can't wait to see where you go next and support you every step of the way. You guys are incredible. And it's great to see you. Thank you for being a part of our Give Back-A-Thon.
Thanks. You.
We appreciate the support.
That's it. That's a big one. David and Kristen Middleman and the entire team at Othram really are revolutionizing how cold cases are solved, and we couldn't be happier that they're part of the CrimeCon family. As Kristen said in the package, unless you're law enforcement, you cannot get into the lab. The only way in is through being a high bidder, the highest bidder. The highest of this Othram auction experience. So I know that I want this one, but so does everybody else. Mac, have you ever had a chance to work with the Othram team yet?
I've never been inside the lab, but they've got 2 of my cases right now, girl, and I want them to have several more. And I also have it on good authority that Kevin from CrimeCon, the executive producer, is bidding on this one tonight as well. I don't even know if that's legal.
I don't know if it's legal either. I mean, Kevin's right here. I can see him, and he's like on his phone, bidding. I see behind you, Mac, that it's getting up pretty high. The Othram one, Chris Hansen. Show us what we got here.
Well, we've got Othram right now. They're at $2,320. Chris Hansen's at $3,720, and right now I'm at $4,000. But I want to say one more thing about Othram. They are a beautiful, brilliant couple, and they remind me of me and Paul. Walt. Me and Walt. My husband, Walt.
Paul Holes or Walt, your husband?
It's Walt.
Okay.
So sorry.
No, they are so cool. And they have 5 kids, those 2, David and Kristen. I mean, yes. It's really, I love them. And I think that this is a great experience. So thank you both so much. And it's not legal, Kevin, for you to be bidding over there on the side. Well, actually it is. There's no rules when it comes to raising money for a great cause. So, okay. All right. Mac, I'm getting a call. Oh, all right, hold on. Let's see how this goes this time. Okay, now it's Walt calling to yell at you about the Paul Holes comment. I mean, that I know is coming. All right, who do we have on the line here? Hello?
Hey, it's Lisa Lillian.
Hungry girl, Lisa Lillian. Hey, we know you're a huge CrimeCon fan. Thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, I am, and it's good to be here. I wish I was there with you live.
I know.
Be getting the bids up. But I'm actually calling in to bid on one of the lots, okay?
Okay.
I need to buy the Matt Murphy lot from my friend who is obsessed with him.
I knew the Matt Murphy ones would come trickling in, Mac. I knew it. All right, Lisa Lillian, so you can put money on that one for your friend, which is allowed. Hey, this is a great time to buy Christmas presents for all your true crime fans. All right, Lisa, how much?
I'm using Walt's credit card for all of my Christmas shopping.
Poor Walt. Walt is Mac's husband, and we've all just wanted to use his card tonight. Now Lisa Lillian, Hungry Girl's using it too. So how much are you going to put down on Walt's card, Lisa?
What's the bidding at now?
Where are we for Matt Murphy? I don't know. I mean,
Matt Murphy, we are at $820.
Oh, we need to get that up a little higher. I'm going to throw in a bid for $1,500.
Oh, Walt's going to be mad. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, Lisa, you're a good friend to have at Christmas time. This is great. That's a really nice one. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm going to win that one. I'll be watching it closely for the next 4 days. Don't worry.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Lisa. It's great to talk to you. And just like Lisa said, yeah, there's 4 days left still. You have until Tuesday to keep bidding on all these items, except for the raffle tonight, which we're going to announce the winner soon. So thank you, Lisa, for calling in, and keep watching. You can keep bidding on Matt all you want.
Thank you. I'm going to keep bidding, and I have my raffle tickets right here waiting. So make sure you pick me.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Now we're getting close to our final featured items tonight, and this next one's sure to be a favorite. I don't know which one we're going to reveal next, but Mac, talk to me about where we are on the board here. So you're still at the top. I mean, you're still doing the best one.
Our folks are the most generous people in the world, I can tell you. So right now, Dr. Henry Lee is at $1,520. The Crime Cruise with Dinner with Paul Holes is at $1,800. We've got Othram at $2,320. The Experience to go on a sting with Chris Hansen is $3,720. And to come work a cold case with me is $4,000.
You make it sound so like not a big deal. $4,000 worth every penny.
I'm telling you, it is mind-boggling, the generosity y'all are showing. But this is, again, why I love these people.
And it's all going to a great cause again. Okay, I just got word of what our next one is going to be. And it's the one, the only, Mac's favorite, Paul Holes. If you're going to be in Orlando next year for CrimeCon 2023, then you might want to start saving up a few extra dollars, because true crime hero Paul Holes is offering a 30-minute private meet and greet with him in Orlando for one lucky winner and their guests. We're talking about photos, autographs, and conversation about all the cases you care most about. And this is a great way to beat the meet and greet lines and spend some quality time with one of the smartest people in the industry, and take it from me, one of the biggest stars at CrimeCon. So if you can skip that line, Mac, wouldn't you want to get in for the private meet and greet? You know what I mean?
There's no question. I've already warned y'all about them eyes. And all I can say is, hey, Paul.
All right.
Let's get ready.
All right, and Paul's one of my favorite people too, so spending 30 minutes with him one-on-one is worth every single penny. All right, so we're gonna announce the winner soon for the raffle. Are you still with us, Max? She's drooling over Paul.
Oh, I'm here. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, 30 minutes with him, you could sit and just stare at him for 30 minutes, and that would be money well spent.
All right, over here, eyes over here. Because for over 10 years, the cold case team has been heating up cold cases around the country, and I'm talking about Cold Justice. They've covered over 100 cases, and their efforts have already led to 55 arrests and 21 convictions, and the list keeps growing. No two cases are the same, but one thing remains the same: the team's steadfast dedication to getting justice for victims and their families. Oxygen True Crime is bringing you closer than ever to the Cold Justice team with an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at all the work that goes into a case before the Cold Justice team arrives in town. Please welcome Cold Justices Kelly Siegler, Tanya Ryder, and Steve Spengola.
Kelly Siegler and the Cold Justice team spend their days fighting to bring cold cases to a close and get justice for the victims and their families. Now, Oxygen True Crime goes behind the scenes with the Cold Justice team to see what it takes to do their job. This is Cold Justice, Anatomy of a Case.
When hope runs out, we walk in. When we hear about a case, and we can hear about a case all kinds of different ways, is it the kind of case that we could solve? And if we think we can, the local law enforcement agency has to want us, the elected DA has to agree that we can come work a case in his jurisdiction, and the family has to want us. And then only after all that happens do we start to study the case to see if we can get anywhere to get prepared to come work it. We have worked cases in the past where the likelihood of our solving it wasn't as high as others, but because the crime was so horrible or it just made you so mad, we decided to work it anyway. And all that's a part of trying your hardest to help these families know that somebody still cares. Local law always cares, to try and get them answers, to try and get them justice. It just keeps on rolling. When we first started working on the show, I was always worried that local law, that the cops wouldn't say they needed help. That has never been a problem.
They're the backbone of the investigation. They're the people that have gone out there, they've worked the crime scene, they've developed the suspects, they've sent the evidence to the crime lab.
And it's necessary for us to come in day one, know the intricacies of the case, and be able to assist them in any way possible.
And on that first day, it's always amazing to me how quickly we can take off. We start with the board, and by the end of the day, we've got like a roadmap of where we're gonna go.
I think the driving force here is that cops all over this country, they just want to solve their case for families everywhere we go, and I wish more people appreciated that.
It's really a privilege to be able to work on these cases and to be able to highlight them for families to know that the local law enforcement, nor have we at Cold Justice forgotten about their family members.
The whole point of this show is the fact that everybody working on it understands all we're trying to do is give these poor families some help, some answers, some justice, and that we're going to do everything that we can to try and solve their case. And every time we leave a town, I really hope that we've accomplished that goal.
We also rely on some of our own home experts.
You have Kathy Pineri as a medical examiner.
Dr. Pineri with the autopsies, the cause of death, basically what she thinks happened forensically.
There's nobody better than her. Eric Devlin has basically quit being a lawyer just to focus on cell phone analysis.
And then we move over to Chris Robinson, who's helped us with crime scene reconstruction and ballistics. And without those three people, I don't think we've been able to clear some of these cases and put them together.
I've worked in law enforcement for over 30 years, and I always say that we solve cases because people help us solve cases. It's the community members, it's the people that aren't afraid to come forward and tell us what they know. It's the local law enforcement that's willing to keep looking at these cases and not give up that makes us successful.
We like to call it the world of witnesses. And if you have a community or a town or a group of people, because they all work together, that are invested and credible and alive and have their memories, and most of all, really, really, truly want to help and care and tell the truth, there you go.
It's a total team effort. And sometimes I would like just to, at the end of the show, to put everybody's name on there. And, you know, from all of us to all of you people that do this, thank you.
Like all of our cases, our current case that we're working on is filled with emotion. I mean, the thought of a missing mother, presumably dead, it rocks us all to the core. A number of the difficulties that we're facing in our current case is that it's a missing persons case, and it's 45 years old. So there's a lot of unknowns out there, and we just have to do our best to try to figure out what happened.
So the case we're currently working on here has brought out a lot of emotion and passion. A sister of ours in law enforcement, a TDJ corrections officer who was found brutally murdered. And I'll be honest with you, this is a very emotional case for me. It's the first time that I'm actually arguing with Kelly. I've never seen so much emotions flowing in that war room as we're having right now. I think everybody is pouring every drop of emotion you have into this case with the hopes that we can come up with some type of a solution. But I think when the viewers see this case, they're going to have different ideas about what happened here too and who the guilty individual actually is.
JB Mayberry sent us a tweet that says, "Another fantastic episode. I love when y'all bring all the evidence together and an arrest is made." JB, you have no idea how much we like it when an arrest is made. And also, thank you for all your nice tweets. Don't think that we don't notice your name always popping up and being supported. Thank you very much.
At Taking Action 123 wrote, "Still loving Cold Justice and Kelly Siegler and the gang. Always giving 100% for justice. You can't find that just anywhere." When I look at that tweet, it makes me think that all of us on Cold Justice, we're a team, we're a family, and we're going out to try to help families and to get justice for them, so it makes me feel really good.
Angie Bolden sent a tweet that said, "This show is so necessary for a lot of reasons. Keep up the good work, Kelly and the rest of the group. Thank you for appreciating how necessary we are, and it's glad to hear that people out there appreciate what we do. I hope we get to keep doing this for a very long time because there are a lot of cases out there yet to work on, right?" G. Galista sent us a tweet that said, "Congratulations, Kelly. Can't wait to watch you and the team each week. Thanks for helping police departments with a fresh set of eyes. These police departments are willing to reach out and ask for help because they're so invested and committed in trying to solve their cases. And that's all that we all want to do, is help every single case we can, try and get justice. As long as y'all keep watching, we can keep on doing what we do. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much to everyone participating in CrimeCon Give Back-A-Thon.
Your passion for justice and the ability to give back are insurmountable.
We are proud to see that together we can truly make a difference for the better. New episodes of Cold Justice are coming next year.
Only on Oxygen True Crime.
I can't wait to see what cases they'll dive into next. Thank you to Oxygen True Crime for that great look behind the scenes, and thank you to the team at Cold Justice for all you do. We've still got 2 more incredible items to tell you about tonight, and the first is something that the freezing temps here in New York City are making me dream about. Crime Cruise. Crime Cruise 2023 set sail from Miami at the end of April and is basically what happens if CrimeCon were to put on a bathing suit and go on vacation. So next year's lineup is incredible, and I'm not just saying that because our own Cheryl McCullum is one of the speakers, because in addition to her, there's Dr. Henry Lee, Paul Holes, genetic detective CeCe Moore, and Investigation Discovery's Elena Burrows. The winner of this package will receive a full experience for 2 people, including 2 VIP badges, 1 balcony stateroom for 4 nights with all meals included, a shore excursion in Cozumel, Mexico, and this alone is worth whatever this item goes for. Dinner with Paul Holes and the Crime Cruise team. Mac, you might be a little biased on this one, but at least we finally found an item you don't need your credit card for.
That's right. The Crime Cruise 2023. I cannot wait. Honey, we're going to deep dive into a case that I am bringing y'all. Y'all are not ready. Over that 4-day period of time, you're going to help me solve a case from the Lido deck, baby. And I'm even going to throw in matching Hawaiian shirts so we can be twins. And y'all know I'm going to be ready for my buddy Paul Holes. Perfume on.
She's putting the perfume on already. All right, twinning with Mac really makes this one priceless. I mean, come on, that's the best. All right, we have one more featured auction item, and then we'll be announcing the winner of the CrimeCon Ultimate VIP Vacation. Excuse me. The new film, American Murderer, is based on a true story. It's out now and not only has an amazing cast, but also amazing reviews. I talked with the writer and director Matthew Gentile about the film, as well as our latest auction item of the night. And I have a funny feeling that some of you watching tonight might like this one. Take a look.
Hey everybody, I'm with Matthew Gentile, writer and director of American Murderer. Hey Matthew, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Matthew, an American Murderer is based on a true story of fugitive Jason Derek Brown. Tell us about the case. It's crazy.
Yes, so American Murder, yes, as you said, it's about a charismatic con man, Jason Derek Brown, played by Tom Pelphrey, who becomes the FBI's most unlikely and elusive top 10 fugitive. And so the film is about his life and the manhunt led by Ryan Philippe, who plays Special Agent Lance Lysing, to bring him to justice.
All right, so you consulted with many experts for this film. So what can you tell us about the process and what you learned, some of the interesting things you learned from them?
Yeah, the main one I will cite is a gentleman by the name of Adam Richardson. He's a former detective. Now he is a consultant, actually. And I also have to credit Ryan Philippe as an expert, because Ryan Philippe has played, cops and FBI just multiple times. He comes from a military background in his family. And so Ryan really had a lot of good insight too on what cops do. Like the first day I saw him holding a gun, kind of in what I perceived to be a strange way. I was like, Ryan, I saw it like this, the gun's out like this. And he was like, no, but this is how cops do it. And I've had cops see the film now and tell me, hey, you tell Ryan Philippe he got that right. They never get that right in the movie.
So I'm totally fangirling here, but Ryan is offering up something special and priceless for tonight's auction. So what is it?
Yes, he is. Ryan is being very generous with his time, and he's donating a 15-minute Zoom with a crime fan. So if you want to talk to Ryan Philippe, one of the best actors working in the business, and certainly one of the best actors in the crime genre. I highly suggest you do this. Also, if you want to meet the nicest and coolest guy on earth, totally worth the price of admission, whatever it ends up being. I can vouch as someone who knows him and is lucky enough to call him a friend and collaborator.
Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, everybody can bid to spend 15 minutes with Ryan on a Zoom and ask him about his career, ask him about this project, which I'm sure true crime fans will want to know all about. So that's really cool of him to do. And thank you, Matthew, for coming on here and telling us all about it, and you being a part of CrimeCon too. So tell us, where can everybody watch the film right now?
Yes, please check out American Murder. It's available on all digital and demand platforms, so you can rent it on iTunes, Amazon, DirecTV, Comcast, Roku, Vudu, anywhere you rent movies, you can rent American Murder. So please rent it and support it. Check out Ryan and his amazing work in this film.
Yeah, and Matthew, you'll have an in-depth session on November 29th on Crime HQ, so everyone should tune into that too, right?
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to connecting with the CrimeCon audience. So thank you, Stephanie, for having me. Thank you, thank you, CrimeCon.
A 15-minute private Zoom with Ryan Felipe. I mean, how generous is that of Ryan? And I think we're on a first-name basis now, right? I mean, a Zoom with him sounds great. So everybody, empty your pockets, donate. It's going to a good cause, and it's going to be a truly unique experience for someone. And judging by some of the social media I've already read, there's going to be quite a bit of competition for it. I mean, it's Ryan Felipe. Mac, are we back to you maxing out your card? I mean, I keep coming out with these guys that you're going to spend time with.
There ain't no doubt. This is going down tonight. That card is going to be wore out. And I got to talk to Kevin, because I'd like to be able to bid for Matt to drive me to pick up Ryan to go on the Sting with Chris. So I'm going to need some CrimeCon layaway is what I'm going to need.
You forgot Paul Holes.
Oh, I never forget Paul Holes. He's riding shotgun, sugar.
All right, so have you checked out American Murder yet, Matt?
Oh, yes. Yeah. It is fabulous.
Okay, and now we can all watch the trailer because we have a preview for you right now. Here you go. Check out.
This is our prime suspect.
Just not the Jason I know.
He's a con man.
We got a little opportunity.
80 grand, 3 days.
I'm gonna rob an armored truck.
Stop.
You won't get away with this. Tell me, where is your brother?
Did you kill that man?
I always tell you the truth.
You guys will have it.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. I mean, you literally. So what?
After this, it goes
All right.
sort of part.
Here we go.
Awesome.
Look, Mac, 43 seconds. Okay.
Oh, y'all get ready.
The time is now. The time is now. Thank you guys for hanging out with us all night. And it's that time of night that I know a lot of people have been waiting for. Mac, you excited?
Honey, the big deal here. I am so excited that we get to do this. I feel like a game show host. So, you know, we're about to draw this winner. Kevin is from CrimeCon, is just off camera, and he's going to be helping us draw the winner tonight. He's at the monitor, and I think it's just about time.
Yes, we got 10 seconds left. Again, this is for CrimeCon Orlando, the ultimate VIP package. You get to be in the speaker room where you meet so many of the people we introduced you to tonight. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's see. Got a lot of entries here.
Yep.
Okay, the suspense is killing me. All right. Oh, Cynthia! Cynthia, you won! All right.
Wonderful.
Cynthia, you can't hear, but everybody's clapping for you back in the control room. I mean, you're going to have the best time ever. Really, it's truly a one-of-a-kind experience. So congratulations to you. We'll see you in Orlando. All right. Thank you to everyone who made bids or bought raffle tickets tonight. A final reminder that our auction closes on Tuesday, which is also Giving Tuesday. Hint, hint. Hint, hint to Walt. So maybe you have time, you know, if you still want, you can go get a job, a second job, and buy one of these things that you've got your eye on. You all have time, and you've all been so generous. I mean, like, well, the numbers are gone now, but Max, you're up to 4,000 the last time. It's such a generous and supportive community, so thank you so much. We'll see it in person at CrimeCon this year and every year. Here we go. 4,000, yep. You're still at 4,000. All right, so also we have Chris Hansen stings. So now you again have till Tuesday to bid on all of this stuff. So you can go on a sting with Chris Hansen, the real life private CSI tour. Again, at CrimeCon this past year, everybody was asking me, how can I get into Othram? There's only one way, because law enforcement is the only one allowed in. So bid on that one if you want it. So thank you so much. Everybody at CrimeCon every year shows us so much generosity and support. So we're glad that you all get to see it too if you haven't been able to come to CrimeCon yet.
Thank you to everybody that had a hand in putting this together. I know the team is huge and dynamic, and we just appreciate it. Oxygen True Crime, thank you, thank you, thank you. All the donors, the bidders, and of course, my people. Y'all, you have made tonight successful. Steph, thank you so much for heading this up tonight. I love working with a real pro. And, we look like, she's got a twin sister. I know we look like twins.
This is my other twin. Thank you, Walt. A very special thank you to Walt.
Yes, Walter.
He was a good sport. Did you get a text from your daughter? He texted you something, right?
Oh, I've gotten several texts. Move along.
Just so you know, she's not going to say it, but Walt canceled the credit card. He said he's canceling it. Finally, a special thank you to the National Center for Victims of Crime for their continued work for victims and their families. This event was just one night, but the real work goes on every day, every week, every month, year after year. So please keep the victims of crime and their families in your thoughts as we all continue to support and love one another in this remarkable community. From all of us here in freezing New York City, dreaming of crime crews, can't get here soon enough. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you so much.